Our first stop on this leg of the journey was the town of Goldfield, Nevada, and specifically the International Car Forest. The International Car Forest of the Last Church is a free open-air art gallery created by local artists whose vision was to break the Guinness World Record for the world's biggest car forest. They went to work burying the noses of more than 40 vehicles. While other outdoor car exhibits are found in places like Texas' Cadillac Ranch or Nebraska's Carhenge, this is in fact the largest in the country. Specific artists are recruited to paint murals on the cars, and they ask that you don't contribute to the artwork but just wander around and enjoy it. Goldfield for a time was Nevada's most influential, richest, and largest city, with a peak population of 20,000 people. Today, this semi-ghost town has around 250 residents. There's a rich history here, and the current residents work to preserve and share it. There are great old buildings still standing. It's also home to one of our favorite saloons in all of Nevada, the Santa Fe Saloon. It's the oldest remaining business in Goldfield and one of the longest continually operated businesses in Nevada. The saloon is filled with amazing historical relics and memorabilia. The locals at the bar are happy to share stories about the history of this place, and each time we've visited the Santa Fe Saloon, we learned a lot from the friendly locals. I was even able to spot a Camp Out West sticker I left here a few years ago. Next, we made our way to the city of Tonopah to visit the Tonopah Historic Mining Park. It's located on the site of the original mining claims that started the rush in Tonopah. The park covers more than 100 acres. We started in the visitor center where we watched a short video on the mining history in the area. And for a fee of $5 for adults, you can go on a self-guided tour of the property. Oh, there's a bird under there. All right, this is a shaft that we're standing above that's over 1,000 feet down. Doesn't show up really well on film, but that's crazy. Most of the buildings are open for visitors to enjoy, and we were lucky enough to run into Stretch. He's the man responsible for repairing and maintaining a lot of the structures on the property. That is pretty deep.
They see this little bump? All this metal here is new metal.
Oh, okay.
This is the original. It was literally rusted off to here. I cut it out and rebuilt it. I didn't have rivets, so I used bolts and spun them on a grinder till they look like a rivet. Welded them in place. If you look down inside, you can see where the weld connections are. Like I said, I built the grate, and as I said, when you look for a minute, you can see a little further down. There's kind of a cave in at 600 feet with timbers.
Oh, okay.
And then
Yeah, I looked down there. It was something.
Yeah, glad you guys are preserving this place.
Well, it needs to be saved. You know, it had just, nobody had fooled with stuff for so long. And then I'll get a call about funny little pieces of equipment or some rusty something or other that somebody has in their backyard, or it's like this little, when you look at this, it'll pop out your own 3-wheel farm tractor that you took the wheels off, put sprockets on it. It bolted in place. Funny. So this little old F-head Ford tractor is what run it.
Wow.
So came less the powertrain, you just stole out of your tractor.
You guys want to just be careful. This is the saddle. This is where you run this baby from. A foot here, a foot here, a foot here.
Wow.
Well, it's a hell of a photo op if you want to get it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, that's not very big creature comfort.
No. But could you imagine a guy in baggy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at those.
Down around all this stuff that's turning.
Wow.
And then once you got your scoop, this bale would have been over here, and you would have, because you would spin around over the truck and
manually
pull the handle
to dump it.
And this is where they stored the dynamite. Wow.
I got a big old tow truck. First thing I ever hauled on it was this. We took it down to Fred Kenton's. We actually got it running in a few days.
Oh, really?
No way.
1926 white. Oh, it was
White.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I've driven it.
Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. I mean, it just,
I mean, for real.
it's
Thumbs down.
hot.
I would drive that to
it
town.
actually runs.
I'd be happy.
Yeah,
as
maybe
well.
one day we'll run it in the parade.
Let's roll.
Free speed.
We really enjoyed our visit to the Tonopah Mining Park, and we highly recommend it. Next, it was time to find a place to stay for the night. The Clown Motel might be the creepiest option. It was named America's Scariest Motel, and I can see why. If the clowns weren't creepy enough, the motel is located right next to the old Tonopah Cemetery. We opted for a slightly less creepy option, the historic Mizpah Hotel. The Mizpah Hotel was built in 1907 at the height of the silver boom. At 5 stories, it was the tallest building in Nevada. It was built as a place to entertain powerful politicians and business investors from around the world. It closed in the year 2000 and sat empty for a decade until Fred and Nancy Klein of the Napa Valley wine family purchased and began a detailed restoration. It reopened in 2011, and it was voted the #1 haunted hotel by USA Today. The fifth floor specifically is said to be haunted by the Lady in Red, a prostitute who was murdered by a jealous ex-lover. They say guests experience shaking chandeliers, and some even wake to pearls on their nightstands. So we are staying at the historic Mizpah Hotel in Tonopah, and it was a little bit hot and we were tired for camping, so we decided to splurge and stay in this really cool historic hotel. We're just making a little dinner over here. I'll show you. So this is dinner and a can of wine. Cheers. We're staying on the 5th floor of the Mizpah Hotel, and there's said to be a ghost that roams the halls, the Lady in Red. After refueling, we headed out to explore the city of Tonopah. We had a really nice day here at the Mizpah Hotel. If you ever get a chance and you're passing through Tonopah, at least walk in the lobby. It's really pretty. We didn't have any hauntings last night, so that was nice, and had a good night's sleep. So we're debating whether or not we're going to try and drive the whole 10 hours home today or break it up. We'll keep you posted. If we break it up, we'll camp somewhere. We just happened to be passing through Yerington, Nevada during their annual car show. So of course we had to stop and look around.
I'm leaving today.
We made a stop to pay respect and visit Trey's late grandfather at the Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Fernley. Then we headed back up into the mountains to find camp. We made a stop to tour the Collins Pine Lumber Museum in Chester, California. It's a great little museum with an enthusiastic host that was happy to show us the exhibits. Outside you can see equipment and trucks used from the 1940s through the 60s, and this is a great stop to stretch your legs or have a picnic. Then it was time to get serious about finding camp. We're in the process for looking for a campsite outside of Lassen National Park. We're in Lassen National Forest, and we thought we found a good one here, but I'll show you this tree. Right where we could put our tent, there's this big dead tree, and you can hear the wind. That was going to be our spot. So I think we're going to skip this one. Well, here we are. We ended up at a Forest Service campground. We've been driving for hours, and Trey is tired of driving. It's almost 6 o'clock, and we were losing daylight, so we settled for this Forest Service campground. It's pretty quiet and nice. We got our tent set up here, and we're in position so that we're probably about 3.5 hours from home tomorrow. So that'll be nice. We'll get home pretty early, and we're going to get an early start so we can get through the valley before it's 100 degrees tomorrow. We're having an easy dinner tonight. We have this chili that I canned. We're just going to heat that up and have it with some of Allison's leftover sourdough bread. And this is dinner. Just having a simple breakfast so we can hit the road early. We got an early start this morning. We're going to get down to the valley before it's too hot. We're fueling up one more time in Red Bluff, California, and the gas prices here are like $4.29. That's really good. I think the lowest we paid in Nevada was about $4 a gallon. So that's pretty good for California prices.
It's a lot nicer driving through Red Bluff with a working clutch, or in this case, a working automatic.
If you didn't see the end of our northern Nevada adventure in the Comanche, go ahead and watch that if you want to see us drive around with no clutch. 500 miles. In total, the free Jeep took us on a 2,000-mile adventure from Humboldt, California to Humboldt, Nevada. It took 110 gallons of fuel, and we averaged 17.97 miles per gallon. This rig really impressed us with its comfort and reliability, and we look forward to more adventures in the future. We got home and saw this water running out of the garage. Not a good sign. Hot water heater. Ugh. Welcome home.